there, and welcome to another episode of Minecraft here on our 1.20 Let's Play. You've just caught me here at my dig site. So recently, I spent a little bit of time kind of just wandering through the woods, getting away from town and enjoying nature for a little bit when I stumbled upon this terracotta. This one was sticking out just flat with the earth, and yeah, I just thought, hey, let's put on our adventure gear, grab our brush, and do some sweeping. But I didn't want to defeat the purpose of spending a little bit of time out here in wilderness, so I kind of just went at it slowly. I took every single block out of it nice and safely. That way we didn't break anything, and I preserved the whole place. So check this out, guys. We have this cool little like kitchen area down here, which kind of looks like people sitting at a table. Maybe somebody sitting out here. Oh, it's kind of weird, right? But anyways, this way went to nowhere. But then we had this long tunnel over here. We have like kind of like a brick. I don't know what this would be, to be honest. It's kind of weird because this would be the door to it, I think, here. So it's kind of just a small room. And then down here, I thought this was really cool as well. We have a grindstone with some shelves. I thought this was a really cool room. And then the last room up here, guys, with the glazed terracotta on the floor, had the carpenter bench already placed in here, which I thought was really cool as well. So yeah, this is fully preserved. We did get a couple cool items, so let's go look at those. So we got ourselves the music disc relic, which I'm really excited to listen to. I haven't had the chance to yet, but once we get back to the tavern, we'll put that in our jukebox and take a listen. Aside from that, we got the razor template, which is really cool because that's the only one, I think, from a archaeology site that we hadn't previously got. So we have done a archaeology site previously. If you guys have missed that, I think I did that in a live stream when the update came out. Aside from that, I spent a little bit of time doing some exploring in the ocean ruins as well. So we had the tide armor trim from a guardian, and we got ourselves our first trident, which is definitely going to come in handy later in this episode. We'll have to get some enchantments on that, but definitely going to come in handy. I'm super happy we got that. Also, later in today's episode, guys, we're going to be using our sniffer eggs. So we did get a couple more from cold ruin temples. So yeah, we're get 5 right now. We're obviously going to use these today, as you guys probably could see from the thumbnail. So yeah, this is pretty cool. But the last thing I want to do out here is mark this site as number 1. So if we put that banner right there, named number 1, and we grab ourselves a map. I have a map somewhere. Here it is. So we got ourselves a map. If we name these banners, place them on this, and we use this map, we should be able to see them. So I'm going to go for a little bit more exploration to see if we can find some more dig sites, because I know the first one we did on stream, as I mentioned, is actually in this area. So if there's 2 in this area, maybe there's more, and maybe we can find that one again as well. So yeah, I think I'm going to go try and name some of these and get this map filled with a couple orange dots. All right, so I should mention that we have set up our first lodestone in this world with this compass here. So we're going to rename this once we get back to town as well. Currently, it's just lodestone compass, but I want to rename it as base camp so that we're always pointed back towards here. And I also want to do some like type of display with this lodestone, but currently it's just sitting there. And I'm also going to take a nap real quick. The other thing is that I only have 4 banners, so hopefully we can find 3 more places. Like I said, we know that there's one around here somewhere. I think it's off in that direction. But we also have that ruined portal down here in that village. So I think I'm going to head off in this direction for a little bit and kind of just do some exploring. And I'm just marking them right now so that we can come back here later and do some more archaeology stuff. Hopefully, if we can find them. If we can find them. All right, so here's our portal, and that village is right over that direction. So if you guys didn't know, there's actually a technique to finding these. They actually spawn like close to riverbeds, and I see that there's a lot of structures spawning in this area, so I'm hoping that there is another buried site here. But yeah, I'm just gonna kind of go back and forth kind of near this river's edge, and hopefully we find something. Oh, okay. So I just found this one here. This is kind of a bad site, but we've already found this previously. I actually just saw the torches, and yeah, so we've already done this one. So that means, oh, we've already done 2. I guess I forgot about doing this one. It doesn't look like I preserved this one very well. It looks like I came in and stole some mud blocks, which is kind of a shame, but That's okay. We left the floor, so we have some general shape that we can play around with as a a dig site in the future. That way we can kind of match this one to the previous one that we found. I think the first one we did, we also kind of destroyed that one a little bit too. So I think we should just keep looking. I'm going to tag this one as number 2 here. And hopefully, since there are already 3 in this area, maybe there's a 4th. All right, and there we go. Number 2 is hanging. So this is our second site. Again, we'll have to come back and make it look a little bit better than this, and it is unfortunate that we've kind of destroyed it, but that's all right. We can bring some life back to it. Now let's continue on maybe this direction. Oh wow, okay, here it is, another one. Look at this, look at this. Oh man, that purple terracotta, that's beautiful. All right, so that's number 4. Assuming we can find our original. We'll have to go back. I wanted to stay away from that and make our ways around that river, which is like right over there, right where you can see those oak trees. That river's right in there. So yeah, we just found another site. This is perfect. All right, and there it is. Banner number 3 is on the map. So I think, I can't believe we were able to find 2 more just by following that river all the way around. It kind of just circulates this taiga forest. So I was hoping we would get lucky, and it seems that we have. So that's crazy that there's 4 different sites here in this singular forest. But I do want to go get our elytra and fly off, because I think we go past our camp up towards the northeast, basically. We should be able to find our first dig site. So I think that since we have our 4th banner, we should definitely do that. All right, so I spent a little bit of time flying around, but I wasn't able to find where our original dig site is. I think it's a little bit further east than I originally thought, because I thought it was this taiga forest, but this does spread into a different type of taiga forest as well. This is like the old growth. So I think it's a little bit further away, which means it probably won't show up on the map. So I think we just need to go ahead and make the map. There it is. All right, so there it is. Banner number 1 on our map. We'll have to continue to grow this map and go touch those other banners with our map. That way we can get those markers on there. But we obviously need to make this map much larger to encompass the whole this forest that we are in, or we'll just have to get more maps, I guess, and make kind of like a map wall with them, which will actually be really cool to do. So maybe that's what we'll have to do, but we'll do that at a later date when we go and excavate those sites and make those look like kind of like this. Maybe we'll do a couple different little themes with our tents and stuff. But I think this is a really cool, fun idea, and it kind of just breaks up from building in town. Which, speaking of, we should probably get back there and get on with today's build. All right, so here we are at the end of the road of our village, and it continues stretching off into nowhere here. But today, we are going to be filling in some area over here. So I've recently spent hours cleaning up this whole area, doing a bunch of landscaping, or terraforming rather, throughout this whole area, and it's looking a lot better, but there's still some areas where it looks like it could be touched up some. But today we're going to be stretching that road down through here, and we're going to be adding a sniffer pen in this big bowl here, as well as a big barn. So yeah, I'm really excited for this. And in order to add a little bit of lore to go along with the sniffers here, is I think it would be really fun if we pretended that they ate pumpkins. And that way it gives us an excuse to add a new farm in this building as well. Kind of have a pumpkin smasher in this area. And then if we add a bunch of rail carts underneath the pen area, maybe we can designate specific areas, but then we could transport all the pitcher pods and torch flower pods back to the barn area here. I think it's going to come out really good. So it's going to use a ton of colors, which a bunch of blocks in this build that I don't have right now. But that's where this trident comes into play. I'm going to add a bunch of enchantments to this trident, head back out to a guardian temple, probably one that we've already cleared, which behind me, if we go in that direction, and kill a bunch of the guardians and get some blocks that we need for the roof here. So I'm going to be mixing in a bunch of mangrove as well. So we're going to have to go chop a bunch of more mangrove. But other than that, I think we have enough mud bricks, and we're going to need some more bamboo for it as well. But let's grab all those materials, and I'll meet you guys back here. Alright, so I'm here at my Guardian Temple, which I've actually just turned into a little bit of a farm. So I followed along with Logical Geek Boy on his tutorial. This is actually only half powered right now, so we could extend this whole thing and duplicate it over to that side where those guys are right now. But this is working really well, so I've gone AFK way up there for about an hour, and we have all of this, all of this. We got some more here, a little bit trickling down as well here, but these are pretty much all empty. But this is only after an hour, and this is stacks of black ink, which is going to give us pretty much everything we need for dark prismarine. I'm hoping this is enough. I think it should be. Just by looking at it, definitely seems like it should be. So this is great. So this is only an hour at half power. So this is perfectly fine by me. So I'm gonna gather up all these materials. We're gonna head back, and now I need to go get some mangrove wood as well as some other materials. All right, so we've gathered up a ton of mangrove logs. I'm hoping this is enough. I know we need a lot, but I don't know how much we need. So I'm hoping this is enough. But for now, the next item that we need is the warp stem. This is all we have. So yeah, we're gonna run off to the nether and get some warp stem now. All right, and with plenty of that now gathered up, the last block that we need is our bamboo blocks, which you can see we don't have any here, and we only have a little manual farm over here growing. So what I did was switch out our sugarcane for the bamboo. If we make our way over there, I'll show you guys. Yeah, so like I said, we switched out the sugarcane for bamboo, so now we have an auto bamboo farm, which seems to be working pretty good. So I think I'm just going to go AFK for a little bit, gather up some more of this, and then I think we'll be ready to start building. All right, guys, check it out. We are here where we're going to be putting this large build for our sniffers. Also, we're going to have like a storage unit. I think I mentioned this earlier. We're going to have like a storage unit for the different type of flowers that the sniffers will give us, as well as like a pumpkin smasher. That way we can feed pumpkins to them. I know they don't eat pumpkins, but I like the idea that they do because pumpkins are big and they are also big. So before we get started building, let's take a look at all the materials I gathered. So we have all of our mangrove here, a bunch of sticks and stuff, extra materials. We have some netherrack we're going to be mixing in, as well as some crimson root, some mud bricks, some spruce, some polished granite. We have all of our bamboo blocks here, our copper blocks we need to age actually, and some warp stem and some dark prismarine. But what I want to do first before we get the build going is I want to get the sniffers down in here because we have a few eggs. I think we have 5 eggs. Yeah, we have 5 eggs. So I'm gonna grab some moss, place some moss down in this area, fence it all in, and that way we can get some materials going while we build this thing up. And then we're gonna have to fix up a bunch of redstone underneath all this ground, which is gonna take a lot of work. But luckily, if I go in here, what I've done recently as well is grab ourselves a beacon. So we should be able to dig underneath here really easily now. With this here fully operational too, we have enough iron blocks to get that full beacon effect. So yeah, next thing I need to do is build up this sniffer pen, get that going. So I'm gonna jump into a time lapse, get that going a little bit, and bring you guys back to see some cute sniffers as we get them. All right, so I have cut the time lapse a little bit short because there's not much to show here other than just kind of the archways here and the little pen that we have. So I kept the pen a little bit simple and small for now, but we can definitely expand this once we get the infrastructure in place for now. But yeah, check this out. So I think I've said it before, but these bamboo fence blocks are my favorite block in the game now. I just love the little detail of like the hollow interior, and it shows up again in these signs. So you can see up here, it looks like the fence post has been cut in half, and now you get that long hollow center throughout the signs. I really love that detail. But yeah, this is kind of just what we got: a little bit of mangrove, bamboo, some spruce, and just a nice little archway to get in here. So kept it really simple, and now we have these 5 eggs, and we placed a bunch of moss around as well so that we can get some of these eggs growing up. So I'm just gonna place these out here kind of just randomly. And yeah, now these should take a little bit, but they'll hatch, and then we can continue to breed them. I gotta look up how to do that, but yeah, this should supply us pretty well to start, and then we can, like I said, we can get the rail tracks underneath here, and get those sent off into our storage unit, which we're going to be building now while these take time to hatch and everything. So I'm going to jump back into a time lapse. We're going to build up this whole build, and then we'll come back. Hopefully we get these sniffers hatched, sniffing up some the flowers, and then we can get all of the rail carts and things in for our storage unit, and then we can finish it off with a pumpkin smasher on the inside of the main build. So Let's get into a time lapse, guys. Here we go. All right, so check it out, guys. Pretty much done for now. We're waiting on more bamboo to grow up, so I planted some here because I think we're out of spawn range of that farm, so that farm's not really operating at the moment. So we're out of bamboo, so a little bit more detail needs to be added to this. But for now, this is pretty much it. So we have a big open area in here that we can put that pumpkin smasher, like I said. And then I'm going to use this section over here where we're going to be storing the flowers. So we have this nice little barn door sliding here. The inside's all empty and open. So now it's time that we set up all of the mine carts and everything like that, which is going to take a ton of materials as well, but I think we have those materials. So we have also been breeding up some more of these Sniffers. Man, they take a long time. Looks like this guy's getting us a flower right now, which is great, but they do take a long time to grow, and they take a long time to find flowers. So the more of these that we can get in this pen, the better, in my opinion. So perfect. So I'm just going to continue breeding these up as I go, getting this mine cart underneath this area as well, and then finding some way to ship them up into this barn section. Might be a little bit difficult, but I'll bring you guys back in once I get the rail carts underneath here, because that's kind of just boring. It's only one block below here. Won't really take much other than just the materials in order to do that. But then I'll bring you guys back in to show you kind of the redstone that I plan to get that up into there. So let me get started, and I'll bring you guys back. All right, guys, let's check it out here. So this is our little bit of dispensing here, but we have a total hopper line here all the way down. It stretches the same all the way down that way here. If we use our little cheaty cam, you can see we set up this, which I don't know why that block is there. Might have to fix that, but yeah, you can see we have a bunch of mine carts in here racing around, picking everything up above us here. It's actually working pretty good. I got a lot of different seeds and a couple eggs actually too. We bred them up there, and the carts picked up the eggs and everything as well. So it just drops them off in this hopper line, gets into this dispenser here, which we have hooked up. I just need to throw this comparator here, and yeah, you can see it's dispensing everything already. So yeah, this is perfect. But now we just need a way to get it from here all the way over to the barn, which I think we're just gonna do a water line from here over, and then we'll have to figure out some way to get it into a storage, which I don't think the storage needs to be very large either, because we're only collecting a couple seeds, so I think we can get a couple chests in here, and that should do just fine. So yeah, I think we're gonna set up this water line now. So let's check this out. All right, and there we have it. The water line is in place. We're using some ice blocks here, taking a right turn down all the way over there, and it pops up in the barn over here. And you can see that we're just using the bubble column, sending the items up into this water path that goes across these four chests here, these four lines of chests rather, and it's working, which is perfect. We got some flowers here, or seeds rather, coming in. So the next thing that we need to do for the rest of this episode is put our pumpkin farm in over here as well. So I have marked it out. We're going to be doing like a 9x9, and this is 2 layers high right here, so I think this will give us enough pumpkins that we need. It's mostly just for fun and to have an extra farm and a little bit of lore added to our sniffers. So yeah, let's go ahead and finish off this farm, do a little bit of landscaping around this area, and finish off this episode properly. All right, now welcome back. We are all set now. Everything is all finished around here. I'm really loving this area as well. So let me break down some of the key points of this place to you. Decorated the entire interior here. I just brought some acacia wood in because, like I said, I like this orange. I think it really matches like the red and green blue tone of the sniffers. Of course, they have the yellow as well, so I think it just really matches with the pumpkins and everything. And it is working down here as well. So we got 8 pumpkins in there. I've been using them as I go for a little bit of decoration as well. But yeah, this place is pretty much all decorated up. I think some more stuff on these walls wouldn't hurt, but that's how it is for now. We've also been laying out some of the torch flowers and some of the pitcher plants as well, bringing in some of these little alien plants too. And in here where we have our flower collection system, we also went ahead and decorated all of this up. So again, I just put some flower pots, some of the larger pots as well. Got some of the ones decorated here with the sniffers, and then just scattered some flowers around. A little bit of hanging root as well. But I really like this. I think it all came out really well. I think the interiors look really good for how minimal they are. And then again, out here, I changed up the road. So we have the just coarse dirt from our town basically all the way out to here. So then from here I just started mixing in the path blocks just to give it a new look around this area, kind of make it look like it's used more often than not. We'll continue this road down that way towards where that sheep is, but over here we have our pen that's pretty much fully decorated as well. So all I did was put some pumpkins around here, make it look like we have them available to feed these guys, hit some moss and added some bamboo around the area, and I think it just brings the area to life a little bit more. It doesn't just look like a pen in the middle of the field. We actually have a little bit of life going on around it, and I think those crimson roots, I think they are the crimson little flowers, I think a couple of those scattered around here actually wouldn't hurt either. So a little bit of more detail wouldn't hurt this whole build, but I think everything came out really, really good. I'm super happy with the progress we made today. So if you haven't already, make sure you hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. And if you'd like to support this channel further, check out the donations page linked below. You can get all the details there. And thank you guys so much for joining, and I'll see you in the next episode.